Good afternoon. My name is Terrence Brown. Um, Project I decided to do today was the New Jersey Devils make a sport marketing proposal for the team. New Jersey Devils have been in New Jersey since 1982. They've won 3 Stanley Cup championships, and they have a business that's actually on the turn as they made the playoffs last year. The goal here is to make a new marketing analysis that will allow for them to continue to grow and eventually dominate the market. And looking at the New Jersey Devils as they currently stand, they do partner with a number of different organizations. Adidas, who makes their jerseys, EA Sports, who makes NHL 2K18, Prudential, who has the naming rights to the Prudential Center, as well as Investors Bank, who are one of their bigger sponsors. They also work with American Express, as well as a number of local rinks at the grassroots level, looking to build a grassroots learning of the game and in turn spread more Devils fans over the next 10 to 15 years. Most of the customers are similar to what the rest of the NHL experiences, age 35 to 54. Generally, 68% men and 32% women. As far as the NHL and the Devils specifically, a third of the viewers make over 100 grand a year. So while it's not the most popular sport in terms of seating like the NFL, they do have the most affluent sport. One thing that really stood out to me as well is that 92% of the audience is white. Most people would assume that the competitors the Devils have would be the Rangers, the Islanders, as far as hockey goes. One of the things people forget to understand is that with so many teams in the New York metropolitan area, it actually has a lot more competition. So between the Islanders, the Knicks, the Nets, the Jets are just a few teams. They also have to compete with some of the attractions that exist in New York, from Empire State, where they lose out on a lot of tourists that will come to the Prudential Center, and then especially Broadway shows, concerts. So the competition that they experience is not just from the hockey level, but how many other things can folks do rather than coming to a hockey game? As we look for which of the groups has the most upside for the New Jersey Devils, we noticed that Americans are becoming more racially and ethnically diverse than any time in the past. So by 2050, there will not be any more majority as far as race goes. So you can imagine a sport like hockey and a team like the Devils that has 92% of their audience as white males could have an issue in that regard. Another group we saw were the millennials. So they are the largest generational group in the U.S. Um, they tend to focus more on the digital and social media side of things, and Generation Z coming right behind them is even more entrenched, as that they haven't lived in a world that hasn't had the internet. So we saw these two groups as groups that really could use some marketing efforts as we look to dominate the industry, not in the next 5, 10, but the next 20 to 50 years. You'll see a broad view of what we aim to do in these two groups. So when it comes to millennials, we use a combination of mobile tickets, specifically organic social media marketing, targeted fan engagement in game, and increased highlights on Twitter and social media platforms. So while we want butts in the seats, the most important thing here is to grow the brand. Millennials will actually do that organically for us if we're strategic about how we get them on board. Now, when we look at minorities, hockey as a whole lacking diversity is it's not new to anyone, but what we realize is that similar to how youth basketball and youth football work, the key is to get kids to play the games, and in turn, they'll be more likely to watch. First promotion that we came up with was a social media promotional concept. This was to make the biggest screen in the world as far as in arena stadiums goes, to use that scoreboard to our advantage. So we created an app called the Devil's Social app, where fans will be able to take pictures during the game and upload them. Now, while everyone wants to upload pictures and will definitely have Snapchat filters, the goal is for them to share it with their friends. So fans that are active on the app and sharing it with their friends will be attached to a leaderboard. The leaderboard will allow fans to get a personal meet and greet with Terrell Hall, who just won MVP as our best player. Year over year, we'll record the meet and greet, show fans how cool the promotion is. The goal is that we can have organic word of mouth and build our social media brand by letting our fans do it for us. will have the ability to dominate the millennial market. Target audience of the promotion will be 16 to 24-year-olds, and as we try to get that common age group from 34 to 52, we feel like this would be a great way to get a younger audience. Moving forward, the next promotion we came up with was the Hockey is for Everyone campaign. Hockey is for Everyone currently exists in the NFL. It's a marketing initiative that the NHL does in February, but it doesn't really boost fanhood. This new campaign will keep the slogan, but target millennials and minorities specifically. So we saw two prominent marketing campaigns that have really worked to do this. One was the NBA and NFL, who have a strong connection to the entertainment world. But the one that really stood out to us was Adidas. Adidas was able to put out a marketing and initiative that brought together Von Miller, Aaron Rodgers, along with Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, and really used that to boost their brand, realizing that millennials not only like the power of sports, but also entertainment as well. So the next initiative we have is to allow fans to sign up for meet and greets and get a chance to take selfies with celebrities that will be attending the games. Prudential Center is the 7th ranked building in America when it comes to shows and concerts. So with that kind of following, with the amount of people coming out, we feel that if we can have a Chris Brown that sells 16,000 tickets, we can get some of those fans to come out to hockey games as well. Hockey is for Everyone has a two-fold initiative. One is to boost celebrity engagement with the game, and also folks that minorities and millennials alike do find to be what's hot and the best people to come see games and enjoy. The next promotion is actually pretty simple. We take this one looking at Payless and their initiative over the last 20 years. So buy one, get one free ticketing. We want to do this in schools that don't have the money or the resources to get to as many hockey games. So we noticed that by putting this in schools with a higher minority population, going to the less affluent areas, our goal is to let fans from those schools come to as many amount of games as they would like to. But we want to make sure that the Devils do have a force and are in these schools. So we'll be adding Devils logos and Devils information into schools newsletters weekly, as well as the website, to make sure that students have an opportunity to learn more about the game. This will go right into our next initiative, but our goal here is to make sure that students who want to come out to games can afford to come out to games, and we'll build a following through that. The final initiative goes right back into the buy one get one free offer. So by looking into less affluent areas, trying to get more folks down to hockey games, we realized, similar to how Major League Baseball was able to boost their youth baseball initiative, we want to do the same thing with hockey. So our goal is to get involved in low-income areas and diverse areas, and look to find ways to get kids involved in hockey, understanding the rules, understanding how to play. We've seen, even as soccer has grown into the most popular sport in the world, it's mostly because folks are interested in going out and kicking the soccer ball. And the youth soccer circuit in Europe is something that could be reenacted over here on the hockey side. So we're going to create a grassroots department that's going to go out to different schools in diverse areas and teach them how to play hockey. We'll run small clinics. In-game, we'll use this as our Go Green or Build a Better World initiative. So what we'll do is we'll have folks that can donate money to provide equipment for these students, provide ice time for these students. These students will be able to play, and we'll put together different leagues. Areas like Newark, Jersey City, who typically don't play hockey, will have an opportunity to do so. Ultimate goal is to build a rink and allow these students to play there. And like I said, this is not a 5-month, 6-month, 1-year goal, but over 10 years, we believe that these same kids will have their sons and daughters playing hockey, and we can grow the game in that way. As we finish here, one of the things I really wanted to come across is that the Devils have a huge brand. They've been around in New Jersey since 1982. They've won 3 championships and have retired 5 jerseys. But the goal here is not just to win on the ice, but to build a brand that can be sustainable, whether the team is good or bad. Over the last 5 years, the Devils went through a rebuild and saw them lose over 8,000 of their season ticket holder base. And that's because they weren't providing the right experience. as well as reaching out to the fans that would be interested in coming out to the Devils games for a night out. As we look to build this brand over the next 10, 15, 20 years, we believe that by targeting millennials and making this a more diverse market, we can really take the New Jersey Devils brands to the next level. Thanks for listening to the presentation and have a good day.